Tina, and welcome to my first ever episode of my new podcast, Tinna'S Textile Adventures. Like the name suggests, I'm going to talk about all things textiles, be it crochet, which is what I mainly do, or knitting, embroidery, what have you. If it has something to do with threads and needles and hooks, then I'm there. My background is that I've been crocheting and knitting since I was a little girl. My great-grandmother taught me how to crochet when I was like 8 or 9. I learned to knit at the same time. And although now I've been working professionally as a crochet designer and artist for a few years, like 6 years now, and that is my great passion. I do love also to knit just for fun, and I do embroidery, I even do some spinning. So just all things textiles are my great passion. And that's what I want to show you in these little episodes, and I hope to take you around my country as well during the shows. To tell you a little bit about my country, I'm from Iceland, and I live downtown Reykjavik with my 2 sons and my husband. My husband is actually Cuban, so the boys are little ice cubes, and so my other home is Havana. I will get back to that in a bit. But yeah, we live downtown Reykjavik, and Iceland is, if you don't know, we're at like sort of on the top of the world. We're in the North Atlantic. Our next neighbor is Greenland, which is like the North Pole. So it's cold here, and we are descendants of the Vikings, obviously. So we're kind of, I would say, yeah, the nature is cold, and maybe some would think that us, the people, are a bit cold as well, but that's only on the surface. We're not like that, really. We're a little island, but it's when you compare it to the population, we have a lot of space here because there are only 330,000 people living here, so we're not even close to 500,000. So that kind of makes it a society of people that are like everybody knows everybody, and most likely you're related as well. Which is lovely. We do have a lot of space, which is nice, but at the same time we don't, because again, everybody knows everybody. But obviously I love my country, and we have a really rich textile heritage here. Actually, we're descendants of the Vikings, who came over just before 1000, and they brought with them their looms and their knitting techniques. Crochet came later actually, but we have a really rich textile heritage, which I value a lot. And I love the fact that here in schools actually, people learn how to knit and crochet and do embroidery. I learned as a little girl, like I said, and ever since I've always been knitting and crocheting. And actually at one point, like, I thought everybody knew how to do this, but I found out that's not true. Most people here, like most women in Iceland, do knit. Knitting is a bit more popular than crochet. Most, like my sister and my mother and all my friends, knit and crochet and do embroidery, so it's quite common here. So like I said, we live downtown Reykjavik, and Reykjavik, just like Iceland, is small as well. I think there are like 150,000 people living here, and I really like the center of the city because that's like the oldest part, really. We don't actually have very many old houses in Reykjavik because we used to live in these turf houses, but all the oldest houses are downtown Reykjavik, and that's where my favorite cafe is as well. And I love just going either walking or with my green lightning bike downtown, sitting down there, having a bit of coffee. They have the best coffee in town. If you're ever in Reykjavik, do check out Reykjavik Roasters. I've been going there for years, and actually I used to work there a lot. That's where I wrote my first crochet book before I had a studio. And I really like just taking in the city, walking about, sitting either in the cafe and watching the people around me, or taking a bit of a stroll down Reykjavik. It's really quite cozy. Downtown we have these old houses with the corrugated iron, and actually in the downtown, that's where we have all the colorful houses. Usually in Iceland it's a bit grey, it's very Nordic and like straight lines and grey and stuff, but downtown we do have nice, pink and red and green houses, which I absolutely love. And the funny thing about Reykjavik obviously is because, again, there are so few of us that you will go downtown and you will always meet people that you know. But also I just love going downtown. We have lots of bars and cafes, obviously, and even nowadays with more multicultural influences here, we have people even playing music in the streets, which was not the case when I was a kid. So it's quite lively downtown, and that's really where the heart of the city beats. So really, I'm a city girl. I prefer living in the city, but you could really say all Icelanders, the cities in Iceland are quite new. I don't know if you guys know this, but we used to be a colony of the Danish until 1944, so we don't even have like a century of independence still. So the cities here are new, and you can kind of say that we all come from the countryside. Like we're all, like, I'm third generation city girl, you know, we all, and when we meet we'll say, you know, where are you from, where are your roots, sort of. And my roots are in Borgarfjörður, and my family has a farm there where actually my sister lives with her family breeding sheep. And that's a very interesting point, because the thing about the countryside and the nature in Iceland, that it's really beautiful, if I say so myself. It really is, but it's harsh. You know, we have volcanoes and glaciers and hot springs, and you know, it's harsh nature. So really what kept us alive for centuries was the sheep, which we would eat complete, like even the heads and eyes and stuff. We do still on special occasion, actually. But yeah, so the sheep is really, it's very centric in the Icelandic culture, really, like our heritage. And from the sheep we did not only survive, we get all the food from there, but also we got the wool, very importantly, and that would keep us warm, because again, we are in the North Atlantic. It's not very warm here. So we have this great tradition for spinning and working our wool. And actually we're so lucky here, because, and this is what I grew up with, everybody works with wool in Iceland, because wool, like 100% pure Icelandic wool, is the cheapest yarn that you can get in Iceland. And actually you can get those at the supermarket even, like there are 24/7 stores open to get wool, like the basic kinds at least. So I think the countryside is very important to us. Like I said, I prefer the city, but the countryside really is amazing here, and I hope to get to take you guys with me to see my sister at her farm and see the sheep. And in another episode I will talk more about all the production for the wool and how we do it here in Iceland. So like I told you guys before, my other home really is Havana, and I'm, you know, very Icelandic, generations back, like direct lineage from the first founder, settler of Iceland. But I've always felt in my heart, like I've always been fascinated with Latin America. I think like since I was just early teen. And I think it's the colors. It's the colors here. Everything is very grey and straight, and you know, both the city and just, you know, the culture. It's quite, you know, boxed. So when I was like 22, I moved to Spain, and from there on I did my degrees in, I got a master's degree in Spanish linguistics. And when I was doing my undergrad, then I went for the first time as a exchange student to Havana in 2005. And it really just, it feels like home as well. I love it there, I really do. And I think it's safe to say that it's exactly the opposite of Iceland. Like, the only thing we have in common is like it's sort of the same size of an island, but you know, in the Caribbean as opposed to in the North Atlantic. It's a bit difficult to live in Havana. It's true, you know, it's a difficult situation. But what I do love really is all the colors and the music and the culture, and you have this amazing fusion of patterns everywhere and colors. Like here it's normal to paint everything white. There the normal color to paint things is pink, which is my favorite color. So it really just resonates with my heart. And Havana really has been a great inspiration for me in my work. And I would just like to show you, for example, what I'm working on here now. Actually, I have a blanket that's called Havana. You can see that on my channel. But here I am working on now my new 2020 cowl, which is the Queen Cowl. And as you can see, I really love hot pink and neon and all kinds of colors. And with the mosaic crochet that I work mainly in now, it really goes great together with the inspiration that I get in Havana, because you can really just get a lot of patterns and a lot of colors in there, and this is really what makes my heart sing, I must say. Yes, to show you the other one before we quit today, before I stop today, I wanted to show you, this one is a work in progress, obviously, my big queen here, but I've already done the small one. So it'll be in 2 sizes. Opa. And this is my hot pink Queen Cowl, the small one, as you can see here. The crochet along will start in September, 18th of September. And this one is actually made from Icelandic wool, which I love working with. And this is the plain version, and then there will be many more versions to play with. So if you're into crochet, and especially mosaic crochet, I do hope that you'll join me in our Queen Crochet along this fall. And I'm really looking forward to the crochet alongs. Are always so much fun, you guys, because all these people working at the same time on the same pattern and getting all these versions and everybody helping out, it's just wonderful. And the cowl will be hosted in my Facebook group, Tinna'S Facebook club, Tinna'S Crochet Club, sorry. And so please consider joining that. I'll put the links in the descriptions. And but you know, that's it's still not quite ready. But the kits will go on sale on August 17th, and then we'll start crocheting our queens in September. So I think that's all for today. This has been great fun. I hope I did it justice, my first episode of the podcast. Like I said, I have many more things that I really want to show you guys. I want to take you around the country. I want to show you all the ships and all the nice beautiful textile heritage we have here in Iceland, and even with some luck and, you know, at some post-pandemic point, maybe travel abroad and just everything textile. Really, that's what gets my heart going, and I want to share all that with you guys. So thanks for listening. Oh, and if you have any suggestions or ideas on what you would like to see in my podcast, please do leave comments below. I love getting your comments, you guys. And yeah, that's it for today. Ciao!